Hey, this is Terry, and you're listening to episode 240.
Welcome to TerryWilson3.com.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Get ready to discover, develop, and monetize your skills and talents with Terry Wilson.
Thank you, Christopher B. This is Terry Wilson, and you are listening to my podcast here at TerryWilson3.com. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you're enjoying this new spring weather, and if you're in the southeast like I am, I hope the pollen is not killing you. Boy, I tell you, it's tough out there right now this time of year. I got a black car. My car is a Honda Pilot, and I take it and get it washed probably 2 and 3 times a week, and it's still covered in yellow pollen. So if you're having to deal with that, I do apologize. It's just one of those things during the spring months here in the South especially. Hey, today I want to talk to you about some ways that you can earn more money. Of course, that's what this show is about, how you can take your money, your business, your life to the next level so that you can experience more and you can earn more. And I had some questions come in throughout the week with some various training sessions that I had. And I said, that would make a great show just to line some of these questions up and let you hear what they have asked. And then you can hear the answer to those questions. So let's go into this first one. I think he's talking about Terry, how do you make money by helping people find jobs that have nothing to do with your business? So let's listen to that one first.
I looked into this once before, and I had a fellow call me, and he was trying to sell me a system. But maybe my question is answered now. You a week or so ago, you put out an email blast and said some agent made like $2,000 in 4 weeks or something. How was that accomplished? Because I'm on.
So that's a great question. How do we make money simply by helping other people find ways of earning money when sometimes it has nothing to do with buying a product, good, or service from us? And that's what our trainers do, and we train other people how to do that as well. One of the unique features that I love about our business is it's not contingent upon having to quote unquote sell something. Take money from someone, ask them for money in exchange for a product or service in order to make money. We have gotten strategically aligned with what we call our referral marketing partners, and we call it our RMP business, referral marketing. And what we do, companies like Uber, you can listen to this show right now, go to TerryWilson3.com/Uber, and other companies like TerryWilson3.com/jobs for people that are in the hourly salary market. They're looking for a way to make an hourly income, a salary income. We can show them ways to get a job. Now they'll have to clock in. It's not a work from home quote unquote business. At least some of them are not. And you're never going to get rich working an hourly wage or a salary wage. That's just not the way to accumulate wealth. Lion's share of majority of people, that's how they get paid. That's what they're conditioned to think. That's what they're wanting to do. And I understand that. It's not a criticism, but it's very few and far between that you're going to be able to save your way to any great income in that strategy. You've got to have a strategy that will allow you to not get paid necessarily for your time, but for your product. In other words, what you're able to produce in that amount of time. And so that's the only way to ever really make it. And that's why you're listening to this show. You're probably an entrepreneur. You're looking for a way to earn more, enjoy more, experience more by using various strategies and tools and softwares and systems. And that's what you listen to this show for. But for the lion's share of people, they're just not there yet. And they might not ever get there for a whole host of reasons that they're conditioned that way. But nevertheless, there's, for folks that are in the recruiting business in the insurance and real estate world, or maybe you're in the network marketing or MLM world, you've always had to recruit someone into a business to make money, In our business, we flip the script. We say, hey, what are you wanting to do right now? what fits your skill set, your mindsets, the thing that you want to do. And we match them up with one of our referral marketing partners and get paid for it. And when I say get paid, we get paid anywhere from $1 up to 10, 20, 30, 40, sometimes $100, depending on the particular company at the time. But what that allows us to do, and what the gentleman was asking about, he says, you call yourself the opportunity evangelist. What does that mean? And I was basically saying, I can help literally anyone, no matter what they're looking for, no matter where they're at, no matter what their skill sets. Because let's face it, folks, not everyone is going to be a sales rock star. Not everyone's ever going to be just an average salesperson. There are some people, some personality types, some mindsets, and it's not a bad thing or a good thing. I've got, smart people that I know, but you would not want them to be in front of people selling. And so what are they to do? Well, are you wanting to still work for yourself? Are you still motivated to do something, to build your own thing? Or are you in a mindset that says, yeah, I just want to clock in or get paid a salary? Maybe I'm a graphic designer. Maybe I'm a writer, and I don't have to be an entrepreneur. That doesn't resonate with me, Terry. I just want to guarantee that there's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if you don't have within your business a way to help that person, then you're sort of like, well, sorry to bother you, and you walk off to the next one. You're just constantly hunting the entrepreneurs in the world. But the lion's share of people in the world are not necessarily entrepreneurs. At least they're not there yet. Some will get there, some may never. And so what we're able to do with our referral marketing is to give people opportunities to meet them where they're at and start making money. And so when you are in that type of position, you no longer feel this onus, oh my God, I got to sell something, I don't make any money. But you're able to literally, and what's going to happen is you're going to get people referring you to people. I mean, people are going to come out of the woodwork. All of a sudden, when people are in a drought in their life and you're known to be the rainmaker, it just stands to reason. No longer you're out, trying to pester your friends, family, and foes, trying to, recruit them into some thrill pill, lotion, or potion type business. But you literally are the opportunity evangelist, and you can help people no matter where they're at, no matter what they're looking for. And that's the power, that's the leverage that members of TW3 are able to offer. And that's what he was talking about. He said, I've been seeing you doing this now for several years, and I don't understand how you're making money to send people to Lowe's to get a job, or send people to Home Depot, or to send people, to this office to get a clerical job, or send people. I don't understand how that helps you. So I was trying to explain to him, it helps me immensely because I'm able to constantly, through online marketing, through social media marketing, through podcasts, through blogging, through my newsletter, say, hey, if you need money, if you need a way to make money, call me. I will help you. And through that process, there's always going to be, 5 out of 25 people that says, I'm tired of working for the man. I want to be the man. And I'm going to be able to help them people to onboard by using one of my packages, one of my systems, one of my platforms. And I'm going to make money in a direct sales type position there and help them. And then they're going to get help for those that the 20 out of the 25 that it just wasn't a fit to be an entrepreneur. I'm still able to give them value. So that is the value in that. So I've got another question coming in, and this has to do with coaching, I believe.
Yes, I'm a life coach, and I'd like to market to life or coaches in general. And I was informed that doing SEO advertising on the internet and social media was the best way to target coaches. And so I wanted to know if you could kind of just go over what that process would be. Yes, I'm a life coach, and I
queued her back up for some reason. So yeah, if you are a life coach or you're in any specific industry where it's real narrow, that is a beautiful way to market your business. If you are marketing to a particular industry, if you can really narrow it down. And I like what she's doing. She's going after not just any coaches, but life coaches. And she's got a marketing tool she's wanting to sell them to generate leads, so that these life coaches can bring on clients to buy their products, training products, goods, and services to help them in what they're wanting to do. So she's saying, how do I target life coaches? How do I get in front of more people that do life coaching. And she was specifically asking about, is SEO the best way, is social media? And what I would tell you is it's a combination of both. When you first start out, SEO is going to be a little tougher. So what I would do is start with my social media strategy. And the reason I like social media, especially companies like Facebook, is Facebook knows everything about everyone. That's why you're constantly hearing the controversy. Oh, they know, security concerns and all this. Why? Because when you go on a website and you look around, if you're shopping for cars, if you're shopping for furniture, if you're shopping for clothes, if you're looking for this, if you do a Google search for that, notice next time when you go back to Facebook, what happens? When you go back to Facebook, all of a sudden you're going to see these ads popping up to the right of your screen. If you're on a desktop or a laptop, that is congruent with what you've been looking at online and browsing. How did they do that? Facebook is selling marketing space to people that sells the very thing that you've been looking at. So if you are a reseller, this works out wonderful. Like what she's going to be able to do, she's actually a member. She's going to be able to use our opt-in forms, our landing page creations, our auto response systems, and some of those things, build a sales funnel. She's going to be able to put an ad right there on social media. She's going to be able to offer some gifts, some free things to life coaches, giving them value, here's 5 ways that you can grow your life coaching business right now. Give them a training, give them a Visa gift card if she wants to, all kinds of things. And she's going to put an ad that speaks directly to them on social media. She's going to be able to build her list of life coaches. And then she's just going to constantly be able to say, here's what I do for life coaches. I'm able to help them get leads for their business. I'm able to help them have tools and training modules that they can supplement their own training modules and convey over to their clients. I'm able to diversify their income streams. She's going to be able to do so much and give so much value to life coaches. And she's got a product and a platform that's going to put her right in front of the right people, tying it to social media. And then as she's creating blog content and various things on her own website, she can start doing SEO. She can start doing keyword searches. She's going to be able to start doing what we call cross promote, where you find out exactly where would life coaches be hanging out? What would they be looking at? What websites would they be going to other than just social media, but other sites that speak mainly to their industry? What people would they be following? Like John Maxwell and Gary Vaynerchuk and Seth Godin and all of these, Tony Robbins. And she's going to be able to start using SEO tools that we offer and show and train on. And she's going to be able, while they're not even looking for her, they're looking for Tony Robbins over here, they're going to find her as they're looking and seeing Tony Robbins. And she's going to be able to bring them in and give them value and give them things and give them all kinds of content for free. They're going to love it. They're going to get great stuff. And she's going to get a qualified prospective client that she's going to be able to constantly communicate and hopefully at some point become a client. So I would use social media first and SEO second, but that's how I would do it. Of course, I answered that question. You could probably hear me in the background talking to her, but I wanted to get these questions out to you as well so you could hear. Now, here is a great question that I get a lot, and this goes into managing your expectations as a marketer, understanding what marketing is, and how to become more effective with marketing with this one simple question here.
No, I was just going to say, with regards to lead generation and doing the, I guess just the lead pull or the data pull, what would you think is a conservative return as far as leads based off calls?
That's a great question. Most people don't understand in marketing. Most marketing campaigns only yield anywhere from 0.5% up to a 2% response. I typically try, in my own way of thinking, I consider a campaign successful when I get about a 1.5 to 2% response. That means if I mail out 1,000 mail pieces, then I get 15 to 20 people respond. If I send out 1,000 emails, I get 15 to 20 people respond to the call to action. If I do a voice broadcast dial where I'm dropping, a voicemail on people's system and I call 1,000 people, if I'm getting 15 to 20 people responding, I'm hitting a sweet spot. And if I'm not doing that, then I either need to tweak the people I'm calling, the offer I'm making, or the script that I'm using. There's always a variable there that you have to tweak and adjust. until you get it right. And I tell people all the time, lead generation in marketing is part art and part science. There is no genie in a bottle. There's no magic pill. There's no, if I spend $1,000 on this tool here, I'm guaranteed this all the time. Anybody that says that is lying. Anybody that tries to put you in a box, if you're one of my reps here, don't allow them, because there's no way to do that. There's so many variables. All you can as a marketing consultant like me is offer your clients the tools, the training, and the systems that work in most industries, show them how to use it, and then allow them to see the 3 different levers they have to pull and adjust until they get it right. And it's trial and error. There's no just guaranteed way all the time. I came from the insurance world, specifically health insurance, specifically calling on real estate agents, and I will tell you, calling on the same type of market, selling the same type of product, I constantly was having to tweak. Now, I was tweaking when I wasn't getting my 1.5% to 2% response. Okay, I'm either going to adjust my call to action, I'm going to adjust my script, or I'm going to adjust the type of people or who I'm calling at what time. It's always going to be those 3 things, and you have to constantly adjust. And I'm amazed at where people are at on their expectation levels. They think, okay, I bought this bulk emailer and I'm dialing, I'm sending out 1,000 emails. I should get 500 people responding at least. It doesn't work that way. There is no marketing ecosystem, whether it be TV, radio, internet, it doesn't matter. Look at the numbers. And that's why it gets into a little bit of psychology. A lot of times people, they feel that one of the reasons why people don't get into marketing and sales is because they don't like the big R word, rejection. And I tell people all the time, you're going to be rejected. Just go ahead and write out 98% of the people that you talk to are not going to want, need, desire, afford, or even want to do business with you. And that's just the reality. That's the way it is in everything. Everything. You could be a rock star on TV, and the commercials that are playing between your show, only about 1.5% to 2% of people will ever maybe even think about responding. And then out of the respondents, that's when you get into your close rate and stuff. And so when you whittle it down, there's a show I did earlier about, I get a 1.5% to 2% response, and out of those, I get 5 out of 25 of those that are closing. And so I break the numbers down, but you've got to understand the metrics when you go into any type of marketing campaign or anything, or you're constantly going to be frustrated, or you're constantly going to be over anticipating what could possibly be. You got to think about these on the right terms. You're only going to get, if you're really good at what you do, if the real good ones is 1.5%, 2%, the real good ones. The ones that stink, okay, they get 0. They get nothing, okay? If they don't get anything, then you tweak. What do you tweak? Do I tweak the people I'm calling? Do I tweak the what I'm calling with? Or do I tweak the script that I'm using? It's got to be something. And until you learn that, you're just sort of just floating around out there. So those are the 3 levers that you pull. And finally, I love this question here. It came in and said, what was, I'll let them ask it.
And have you noticed that there's certain platforms, social media platforms, where the prospects are more receptive? So, maybe Twitter versus Facebook versus LinkedIn, for example?
Okay, so that goes to social media marketing and which platforms to use. And if you will study social media, you will know the more affluent people are going to be on Twitter, the average Joe is going to be on Facebook, and the business professionals are going to be LinkedIn, and the women are going to be on Pinterest. So what you've got to do is you've got to match your offer with your audience. Are you going after the more affluent? Just the numbers bear it out. The more affluent are using Twitter, and you need to be using hashtag keyword searches and things like that. If you're going after just the average Joe, the people that's, male, female, average people, that's going to be Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. If you're going after women, if it's something that would resonate mostly with women and what they do, then use Pinterest. And if you're going after business professionals, people like loan originators, people like insurance and real estate brokers, people that entrepreneurs that are on a little higher scale, then go after the LinkedIn people. But you've got to understand, and then you got to shape your message to that particular platform. You can't speak to people on LinkedIn the way you speak to them on Facebook. You'll come across as odd, because you got to respect the system and the platform you're on and approach them that way. Your graphics have got to match up the right way. Your language has got to match up the right way. Your sales narrative that you're using, in other words, your justification for even communicating, has got to match up, okay? And likewise, you can't be on Facebook and talking in LinkedIn terms and things of that nature. So if you'll understand the platform you're on, you will go a long way in being able to shape your message, which is going to go a long way in getting your conversion rates up, okay? So, but the answer to the question is I like them all. It just depends on what I'm selling. It's the one I'm going to be using. What's my offer? What am I going after? If I'm recruiting people into my business, I want entrepreneurs that are representing my training packages, my product. I'm probably going to be on LinkedIn a lot because that's typically the more business professionals. You don't have to sell, insurance agents and real estate agents on the value of leads and marketing because they already work for themselves. They know if they don't advertise, if they don't buy leads, if they don't do something, they don't have a business. And so if you can show them a means, a method, a mechanism to get in front of more people, then, their name's bid it and they're in it. They signed me up. Okay. So I really like that. If I'm offering, giveaways and things of that nature, depending on if it would resonate more with my female audience, I might put something on a nice graphic using Canva. I might put it over on Pinterest. I might use, if I like wanting to get people to opt into something and give away things like that, or offer, webinar trainings and stuff like that to maybe specifically coaches and stuff, then yeah, I'm all over Facebook and stuff like that. So it just depends on what you're using is what you should, or what you're selling is what you should be using. There's no, magic bullet that hits them all. But if you'll think more strategically on a higher level on, okay, this is the product I've got, who's this going to resonate with? It'll sort of inform you if you understand the different platforms and who the people are on those platforms. As well as I do, you might be on Facebook. Why are you on Facebook? Well, you're socializing mostly. You're catching up with your friends and what are they doing? You're catching up on, college buddies and stuff like that. If you're over on LinkedIn, it's more of a professional environment. I'm looking for resources to help my existing business. So if you think about why you use these platforms, it'll inform you to tell you how to reach the people on those platforms as well. All right. Till next time. Hey, remember, if you want to go to the next level, you have to grow to the next level. And that's why I want to give you a free copy of my new book, You Are Worth More. Go to TerryWilson3.com/worthmore now.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
Man, it's a great system here. This is good stuff here. I wish I found this company 10 years ago.